Hello and welcome to whoever can join me. It's the 28th of December. I've written 2109, definitely not. Let's stick with 2019. I'm going to start off with thanking you and honouring you for being here and watching this video, as well as the one I did 2 days ago, which only feels like yesterday to me. So I shared this morning an update. So I'm getting to read it. I've got quite a lot to cover. Again, like I did in, it feels like saying yesterday's, the last video I did, there's quite a few sections, and I'll see going with the flow completely, because as I'm tuning in and feeling all of the energies with humanity as I'm bringing this through, I can be taking anywhere. So I'll start off with here and we'll just go with the flow, linking spirit and soul, taking a moment. Pure, divine, golden energy through. And here we go, 26th of December, summary, past trauma pockets surfacing. Okay, this is a summary of the last video. I covered past trauma pockets surfacing, emotionally bypassing by those in spiritual mindsets of thoughts first, then linking to emotions. No, it is always from our emotions and feelings firstly, or linking firstly, as our brain is like a transmitter from there, of being spiritually mindful consciously from our feelings and emotions firstly. Not needing to open Pandora's boxes yet also with this. It does not mean that all emotions can be cleared with that feeling and asking spirit to clear them. It does not work this way. Sorry, dear souls. More on this later, on what someone shared recently. So later on, I've got a bit more on this. Also, I wanted to share that with everything I share and say to you now, and in everything I write, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. It is always from the highest intent for humanity's highest divine white light. Transmutation, transmuting energies from spirit to soul, from pure, divine, unconditional love. As I write, I only come from pure, divine, unconditional love, truth and honesty. If you react to something, anything I share, you're welcome to an opportunity of a healing for yourself. And I need to, that's protection, because as empath, Blu-ray, starseed for myself, Monad 1 Blu-ray, transmuting, feeling, owning, just starting to voice up newly. People will react when we come from light. It's taken a while to toughen up to get used to this. Okay, now I'm going into the update from this morning. It is now 6:35 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So, we've got Cosmo Oracle. Hello, Gypsy. Afternoon, darling. Jenny Tollington. Hello, sweetie. Great to see you here. I got told not to give a heads up with this one, just to come on directly. There was just too many energies. Each one of these has been a challenge so far to bring through because of the energies in this being newly spoken up, coming through. Okay, Blue Beyond Guide, 28th of December this morning. Forgiving of self is at the forefront. We are being pushed to do things we felt we were not ready for, or that we feel we are not ready for in the new 2020 energies. And the energy of this is starting now, right now. Part of me being pushed to do, not being pushed because I've always wanted to. I've wanted to do these live videos for a very long time. It's taken a lot to get here, and it's me needing to face the energies and clearing. It took me 2 hours to prepare to go online 2 days ago, the last video. That's how long it took to clear the energies. So we're getting urged to do things we felt we were not ready for, and it is starting now, most definitely. All right, dear masters, I'm working through having a breakthrough with the energy since 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time until just now. There's a lot of the old head programming again of the old that had to be pushed to the extreme. Okay, there was a lot of energies from 12 p.m., which is my yesterday lunchtime, pressure in our heads and in our eyes, breaking through what we need to let go of those energies. Some will be doing this in their sleep, processing away, waking up clear or not. Some will feel it extremely as I and others did. All is well. All is divinely guided for each of us. It is what it is for each of us. It's wonderful. We all can relate. No competition, no one, whatever. It's just what we each are feeling at that time. We all have different roles and purposes and ways of transmuting. So it's all good. The last video took 2 hours of constantly shifting energies to bring through to you all, because as I do so, it's a pushing through of feeling all of humanity's energies. I did mention this. It's the first time to be heard in service to Gaia and Divine. Thank you all for being who you are and all you are going through. We are one. Okay, this is bringing up to where I may also do a video on why do you call or self-label you're a master/grandmaster. I will be covering this very soon. This needed to be covered and cleared. So once it's done, it's sort of like I can get that out of the way, so to speak, because I'm constantly being asked that recently, which is wonderful. I'm welcome to it, to explain. And instead of, because I choose to, because I need to, because I'm guided to, as my role and mission in stating about the Grandmaster energy that came through recently. Okay, so I will cover that briefly in a minute from what two souls shared, and I replied, we are being pushed to do things we felt we're not ready for. Yes. Okay, to do so, we must give up gladly a rut, routine, or habit of the old. This has now come about in real time. There is, only you will know, there is some sort of habit or routine or behavior we are needing to alter. And the message is flip it, invert it. It's like a funnel going up that way. It's funnel, flip the funnel this way for abundance to come this way. It's like abundance was going out, turn the funnel. There's a lot of flipping going on. I know I haven't been very clear in what I just stated there, because I'm in the process, on the go, in the moment. More will come about that. There are so many facets. Picture a huge diamond. The planet is a huge diamond. And what I'm bringing through is I'm bringing this facet and a bit here and a bit there and a bit here and a bit there. There is just way too much to cover at the moment, like I normally would. So I'm giving just these bits and pieces that come through that I've written beforehand. Look, here's something I've prepared beforehand. And it's then for you to resonate too. Anything else can be done, booking in one-on-one. For a divine healing. I wrote this at the end. It's just come to share now, so I can clear that. There's more information on the bluebeyondguide.com website, or you can email me at the Oracle Speaks at bigpond.com. Excuse me. There is another new offer of a 1-hour session for half the price of the 2-hour one advertised. Bookings are open for January, and they will fill, and they'll be done themselves. Only do one of the 2-hour ones per day, because all of my spirit and soul and energy goes into it. So it is a beyond an exchange healing. And the divine handles that. It's effortless for me. Those souls who already come and the ways provided, it flows just beautifully. So, and until then, this is the rest I then bring through here, gifting, sharing, my pleasure with you all. And it's wonderful to receive your comments back as well. It's linking our energies in. We need to speak up. We need to voice. We need to speak up. And the comments is speaking up and communicating. It's beautiful. I've written newly in our physical lives as part of our new soul embodiment. Okay, this is January 2020 energies. It's been writing for a couple of months now. A few people have been writing it. New soul embodiment. Excuse me, releasing of a new super consciousness that's coming in with that. I've been guided to call it a super consciousness. And to do so, some things or things of the past, of the old, need to go, need to be removed. And like getting up on going into issues with a person close to us from our past or a current connection. By forgiveness, I shared recently, we need to forgive with I remember, with boundaries and protection, yet we do need to forgive to move on. And now it is now forgiving ourselves is at the forefront that came through. Do not pressure oneself or give oneself a hard time. As recently it was shared that we are feeling all pressure energies from our whole lives at one time. Okay, what I'm meaning more here is I also read another post. Again, I'm in the flow at the moment. So to recall anything from other posts, I'm processing purely the energies and spirit cells I'm sharing. So even a simple question of asking me a very simple question, when I'm in the flow, I'm not able to actually answer or focus on even the most simplest of say questions or things unless I'm guided. That's why I'm finding, and I found that I need to do this myself, as when I've been interviewed, or which I don't do interviews, hey, and I've had talks, it's been quite difficult. I haven't been able to maintain my full flow because I'm instantly, and I'm not able to turn this off as a Blu-ray one, Monad one, of transmitting for that soul instantly. When you are in that Christ energy, that's what happens. Wherever you go, you are naturally healing and transmuting. And that's why we find we need to pull back more and pull back more. And for myself, what I can only say for me, in bringing through what I am for humanity, my energy goes where it's guided. Some people I can reply to, some I'm unable to, some I can see, some I'm not able to. All is as guided, living in service 24/7. I'm no hero in saying that, yet it is my divine truth. I truly do live. This is my third night away from my family home with my partner Michael and Joey. They need the space. My son, they need the space. I need the space. This always comes first, divine service. I would not be alive. This is what's keeping me alive, because I've chosen to remain, to continue. It's been twice this year that I nearly didn't because it was so intense, okay? But I need to keep going. So I'm reaching my quarter of a century in 2020 of consciously awakening as an emotional trailblazer, ascension pioneer of those. They're not labels. They were the energies that Spirit has let me know that I embody in the human. So recently I've started putting those under my name, and that was a really hard thing for me to do. So I don't need to go through the whole list. All I will say is it was really challenging and difficult for me because I'm not able to self-label. Okay, it's taken me a long time. And this is all about you and for you, by the way. Every time I share about myself, this is about you, for you, mirroring the divine back for what this is for you, okay? This is the purpose of my talking and sharing. Just reading a comment then. So it came a couple of years ago when you ascending Earth Masters. We are learning to master ourselves in the human being of our human emotions, and mastering as in know thyself through feeling, linking with our spirit, higher self and source constantly 24/7 in the flow is 0 point. Consciously, constantly linked with your emotions, your spirit, higher self, with source. And that is a space I have been in for quite some time for myself personally. It is what it is. It's been 13 years for me that I shifted into 5D. And again, this was being let know by the divine. And that's when I was let know I was in Christ consciousness. It was so life-changing. Then I was gifted my second soul. Story for another time. Let's just leave that one, okay? To bring through. Was only gifted previously to people that passed on, but I was gifted at this lifetime to stay here with humanity, bringing something firstly and uniquely through here from me to you on the whole planet. That has been a really tough and hard role and task in the human being to own. And if one does not own the gifts that the divine gives you, it's like you cannot live with yourself. We need to honor the divine of when we are let known something. So over many years, I've kept it all inside myself. Who was I going to tell? Same as you, for whatever it's been for you. I can only say for me. So when it came recently to start sharing, I found it really challenging, really difficult. So then I started listing, and then it was my truth, and it became easy. Grandmaster, hang on, New Light Paradigm, yes. Ascension Pioneer, absolutely. In linking our spirit to the soul, being raw and real. Owning all my shadow sides, all my isms. Very rare, because I'm very honest, very pure. People find it very hard. A lot of people find it very challenging to communicate with me, because there's no bullshit that gets passed through me of the divine. I see the unseen, and you too, for what you do with others as well. So I've written, they're calling myself a master and grandmaster debate, LOL. So let me share firstly someone, and I'm not getting to mention a name, a testimony, you could say. This is a comment they made on the last video, and they wrote, "This is a huge push. Gratitude for your sharing, because I would not have understood or accepted what I was feeling without as much self-compassion without it. This is a lot of old stuff while trying to move forward. I made it through half your video last night before passing out to the most rejuvenated sleep." I had to laugh. I've had so many people tell me this. So I joke and I go, "Oh, thanks a lot. Was it that boring that you fell asleep?" And they're going, no. How beautiful to hear that. That has come through more recently. And yes, the little girl in me is very excited. But, don't fuck with me either. See, that's another thing. When we show some vulnerability, people feel it's an opening to come in, and it's like, no. I'm happy to share my little girl, okay? But I'm also happy to show my strength, and it is what it is. It's really good to own all my multidimensional facets and to come from pure divine love of being such a softie as well. Our gentleness and our emotions are our strength. So we'll watch it again soon. It really is great to see you in videos, as I seem to be able to feel the message more than in writing. Like when I'm reading, I'm more in a heady mode. Yes, it is very natural for so many souls at the moment, a shifting coming from their head. I know, I went through it, been through it myself. That's why I'm here to assist and guide those who are ready. Okay, regarding your titles, over the years, I have to admit, they have triggered me. And with all triggers, I slow down and ask myself, why has this triggered you? What repeatedly comes to me is, look, she is owning what she is, and that's the example we all need. Just own who you are without reservation. Thank you. So, bless you for that. As yes, that's all it is owning my truth of my energy resonations. That has taken a very long time, because when being very unique, again, this is for you, being so unique in what I was bringing through new and firstly to the planet, and I own that because it is the truth. I stand by everything. I'm willing to talk to anybody on any world stage that would like to ever ask me about that. I'm prepared to sit in front with anybody Okay. So it's taken a long time to find energy labels in the human being. And it's just stating I'm a new earth energy personal transmitter. Absolutely, I am. I'm personally transmuting the energies of the new earth in what I'm personally bringing through, linking spirit to the soul, newly through the motions. It's never been done by a human being before in what I'm bringing through. And that's okay. Divine twin flame holder. Yes, I've written much on twin flames, being a divine twin flame holder myself, which is rare. There's a lot of me toos when things are shared, each to their own. It's a very personal, private thing. Emotional energy transmuter, both spirit and soul. Yes, that's why I feel the template for humanity. I'm a template for all of humanity. How else in real time can I write what I share? And people from all over the world are saying, well, you just hear, that is exactly. How else? You can't bullshit or make this up. It really is real. And it's wonderful to have your validation too. Goes both ways. Personal soul messenger of the Akashic, that has just come through recently. Spirit said you are the Akashic, living Akashic. Connection is living open connection. So in a divine healing, I'm able to share personal soul Akashic messages. That's new. So I'm putting that there. I'm also medically intuitive as well. I haven't added that. I've been let know I need to add that. So what I'm slowly been doing is building my truth, blueprint, adjustment, healing. Yes, I'm able to do that. There's more. Okay, there's more, but just gently, slowly, as God, mother of dragons. That's huge, but it's the truth of the planet. And I've done so much with the dragon energies for a very long time now. That's not in books. I am a living, walking book. That if I stopped and wrote books about all of these, I wouldn't be here with you now. And I need to live and survive and keep moving in the flow. It's triple, double two, double two. It just turned. So beautiful numbers, energy. Energies are processing very strongly. So I'm here to help all other masters to grow into their human mastership as new ascending earth masters. And because I've now just shifted into 8D, which I said before, don't freak out about that. Don't go into the head about it. It's a further extension from 5D. The spirit let me know you're in 6D. And I'm like, what the? I'd go and Google and look up, and the way that I'm brought information, and a lot of you may be the same, is I haven't been able to read for years, for a very long time now. And Spirit will give me a line, a sentence, a paragraph from a different website I just freely flow, and it'll put together a paragraph of information to let me know in the human being. So it's being newly created. Okay, another shift is coming through. Recently, I was let known. Oh, this is a hard one for me to share. Whew. Okay, be honest, keeping it real raw, and I will. Okay. For a long time, people have been saying they can see huge, big golden wings, blue, golden wings. Recently, I was let know I shifted into archangel energies, which goes with recently I was let know I've shifted into grandmaster energy. And it just felt balanced and right. It makes sense. Grandmaster, archangel energy above. And I own that. Again, I'm willing lovingly to speak to anyone that questions this, which I'm going to share a conversation soon, because this is real. I'm linked with my higher self in human embodiment. It takes a long time, and it doesn't matter about time, but we need to grow into our human mastership through our emotions. We are really only just beginning, but how wonderful for a lot of us that are older in human years. We've been waiting for a very long time. It's the only reason I'm still here, because things are, and they will be changing. They already have and are changing. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing what I am doing. I promise you that. I promise you that. So I was guided to send my last video. There's a big shift of energy happening. If you can feel that, Masters, it's coming through. Big divine healing's coming through for you right now. Allow and feel. And the pitches are quite strong at the moment, slightly more strong in the masculine. We're just balancing, balancing, balancing. Beautiful, crystal clear. So Benjamin Lamb, I saw on someone's page that someone shared a write-up that I've shared previously in years past about Monad 1 Blu-rays. And that's really hit so strongly when I first read that in all my being. And I'm an 11 master number. I live at number 11. I was in the military for 11 years, 11 months in the Air Force. And my name spelling equals 11 as well. And when I read those things, as soon as I read, I just stopped the rest. I just knew. I just took me a little while to accept that. So anyway, I received a message from Benjamin because Spirit guided me to send my last video to him in Messenger, and he said, "Can I ask why you qualify yourself as a master? Is that not a term of the ego, question mark? Aren't we all but students, question mark, even after we've ascended?" It was a great question. The energy felt clear from a loving space, and I'm going to share some reply because I have had this asked before, yet it was not from this space. It was a narcissistic smartass, you know. So I say, ask me what you like, but if you're going to get a smartass, if you're going to be a smartass about it, you're going to get two answers. One of the divine in spirit that will rise above it and answer your reply lovingly, and the other one in the human is going to say, don't be such a smartass about it. All you had to do is ask me. You don't have to be sarcastic, you know. I'm a bit over the bullshit, and I'm just going to table it and share it. We just need to. Okay, you know, a little bit of love and light, a little bit of get fucked too. That's real, raw and real. We need this. Well, I need to be able to be like this. I'm not going to change. A leopard can't change its spots, but it can move them around. And it's wonderful being a shaman, moving the energy around, being you, being the real you. It takes a little while, you know, it takes a little while pulling those layers, but we got time. We don't have to open Pandora's boxes as much anymore. We got this. We've got this. We've so got this. And as always, I'm right here with you. And thank you for being here with me. We are here helping to heal each other. Hello, Rajan. My head pain was fine after that day. Well, bless you for that. And that was part of when I do divine one-on-one healings, the healings are instant. I can remove implants and energies and entities, and I've removed them out of organs and life-saving many times over and over. That is normal for me. I've been doing so much for so long, I start sharing a little bit underneath my name and wow! No wonder I was hid and I was behind the scenes. You know, I needed to be strong enough to be able to handle these responses. You know, Star Crystal this year has been the most intense of my life. Been guided to watch these videos and been doing so much deep emotional purging since January after decades of abuse. Thanks for being here. Look, I want to have tears and cry and thank you. You know, as the comments come up, some I will be guided to do a healing, some I'll read. It's all as guided. Thank you, thank you. We did make a quantum jump, Rajan. We did make a quantum jump in our lives. Thank you so much for sharing that, Star Crystal. Abuse is another area that I work quite deeply with personally. Addictions. I was addicted to 5. They were script medications, but they were worse than heroin and methadone. 5 of them all at once, and I detoxed all at once, which is unheard of. Worse than heroin, methadone addict, 5. At home, and I was convulsing at night for 3 months. I had to do it all or nothing my way, stubborn, the trauma. But I knew because they were killing me. And the doctor freaked out when I told her, you know. Look, it's not all about me. It's just saying that I understand addictions. I understand abuse. I work so much with child abuse. Every area that you can imagine in your life, I work with it all. Usually people that are guided for me. Again, it's about booking in. I'm not sure what that's about because I don't promote. I don't advertise really. I'm not able to do any of that. Spirit does it all. Spirit does it all. It brings us, so I can just keep going. But obviously I need to let you know of this, what's in the divine healings, and that's why it's come. Amount of times that people have said to me, I've been everywhere else, I've tried this, and I was led to you, and I went, finally. I get the hard ones. I get the hard cases. I was a hard case. I get it. I will never judge. I will never tell you what to do. I'm like, fuck off. Don't tell me what to do. I won't do that to you either. No way. But also if it says don't touch the wet paint, I'll touch the wet paint every time, you know. I own it. I own that. Yes, and I'm silly too, and I own that as well. All right. So the question, can I ask why you qualify yourself? Is that not a term for the ego? Aren't we all but students, even after we've ascended? My reply was, I come from a space of a monad one Blu-ray. If one is coming from pure unconditional love as guided, no, it is not from self-elevating ego, because ego in Greek means ego, which means I. So I grew up using ego, thapao, I will go ego, ego. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's the forms of ego, negative, self-praising. That's just the way I look at it. So it's not from self-elevating ego. We are all growing into our mastership as new ascending earth masters. All I share below my name are energy vibrations of what I embody in the human from spirit and guided, as all I share is guided by the divine. I cannot self-label myself. Honestly, I just cannot. If you know me personally, you will know how much I've struggled with that. I cannot, far from it, LOL. Again, as guided as one could say, the hats I wear of the energies I come from and work with, and it is very much time for us to own our own energies. We are ascending as long as we are here and beyond. I thank you for asking respectfully, and if you read other Blue Beyond Guide energy updates, and below all updates is more on my journey in living in service to humanity and Gaia as a Grandmaster energy of 25 years, consciously awaking as an ascension pioneer / wayseer for all of humanity. Namaste. Thank you for being here and all you are. What you do with this information, how you resonate to this is up to you. Know I come from a divine loving space. And yes, the more we learn, the more we realize how much more there is. So Benjamin works closely with the Arcturians as well, and we have formed such a wonderful connection and message for quite a long time. It was the most beautiful connection. Here's some of his earlier reply before we shared so much more. We find your information, because he was working with the Arcturians, quite good, and your aura is beautiful. Bless. We have a good energy from you, and we were actually just wondering how you stay humble in this position you were given. Oh, look. Talk about nearly cry when I read that. It was just a relief. It was just a relief for someone to feel that. That was such a beautiful healing right there for me. I need you all as well. The interaction. You need this divine energy. I need your divine energy. We're all needing together. New spiritual community energy together is the way forward. We are masters. We are ascending, and we are gathering. This is us gathering. I hope, okay. I wrote, I nearly cried when I read this, as it's been very tough being lashed out at for owning my divine truth of what has taken me 25 years to earn. As that soul shared that she finally realized that is all I was doing, and in doing so, got so much shit thrown at me. Okay, what I mean is that soul that shared, that's the one that said, you're just owning your truth. For years, got so much shit thrown at me for this, yet spirit kept guiding, right, these energies under my name. And most recently, when it came of a Grandmaster's energy, you did not see me freak out a little at first behind the scenes, yet it is divine truth as in linking our spirit to our soul. Yes, I've earned the Grandmaster energy vibration, and I stand by this now. You only have to talk to me to feel my energy, to know and feel this for yourself. So, in capitals, I am not self-labeling people. It is time we own what we can do or are energetically when it is guided to do so from humbleness. And that's the message I wrote to them. And they then also shared, we will be checking out your work, so to say, and are very honoured by your contact. Thanks a million for what you do. Love and light. I hope this helps you understand that there is nothing self-inflating ego in what I am sharing of my divine truth, as it helps others relate for themselves, as the emotional trailblazer energy that I wrote underneath recently has done just that. By me sharing that, as I was guided to add this, as all is guided, I'm unable to self-title, souls have welcomed in relief and thanked me because they're the divine living energy words of the emotional trailblazer. They said they felt themselves, yes, that's what it feels for me. And the relief of having that. Why would we deny that relief in what people are saying, the self-title and labeling and ego? Look, I get it. Others may be, because others do, okay? And I just don't go there, okay? I'm not going to comment on any of that. So this soul later on said to me, Benjamin, then said, thank you, we needed to check you out. There are so many. There are so many that I'm like, fine, I'm up for it. Question away. I'm open for anything of anyone for the whole planet. And I asked for this 13 years ago. Boy, did I cop some shit. My energy went to the ends of the earth, through the abyss and back, and I went and I touched source and I've come back. I can't explain to you anymore what that means. You can feel. The proof is myself being me. That's enough. You will see rainbows. You will see things. You will see all sorts of things when I come on. I get told, let known all the time. And what beautiful star Crystal wrote, you know. Hello, Spiro, Yasu, my Greek friend. So we are at 37 minutes, dear souls. I am going to wind this one up. Don't all go, oh. There is more parts. Let me see. Okay, let me go for a little bit and see. If not, I will jump off quite quickly and then take a few moments out, and then I will redo another one as a part 2 of this one. So, or I will continue reading, keep going. I will not know till I start. This is how I roll. So, okay, comment from the last video. Okay. So much resonance. This was a comment that someone wrote from last video. That was a link in for me to write and opened a door for me to write just from someone's comment. It's amazing. I love your energies. Blu-ray star seeds, my gosh. And indigos, but Blu-ray star seeds, my gosh. We get each other and feel each other on a level and a way that no one else does or can. I'm sorry for that light there it's reflecting. Little doorway right there. See that? And this is what the soul wrote. So much resonance with what you've said here. Thank you so much. Your message has explained so much what I've been feeling and experiencing recently. Oh, the relief to hear that we no longer have to do the work for others. It is done. Instant tears of gratitude. What a blessing. What a blessing. That one comment, you know, the story, the starfish on the beach, you know the one. Millions, 1 million, 1 million keeps coming lately. 1 million starfish. And a man walks along, picks one up, throws in the water, and someone's watching him and comes up and says, why are you doing that? How can that make a difference? Picks one up and says, made a difference to that one. That's exactly how I roll. That's exactly how I rock and roll, because I love my rock and roll music. Blu-rays, we love music. So then I went into, we no longer have to do the work for others. It is done. So much of old paths are finishing or finished. New spiritual family links of full faith and trust are replacing the old. January the 1st or the 12th, I don't know which one yet. The processing forum with others, as it has been for so very long, stops or ceases. I'm going to cease right there and have a break for 5 or 10 minutes, come back in and say to you, and I'll leave you with this, with the lead in for the next one. The mother-father roles that we have been doing, whether we realize or not, are over. The divine is removing the spiritual family links, your birth family. All connections are being completely removed. Just go with me with this. Don't ask what do you mean further. Just sit with this. New spiritual family links of full faith and trust are replacing the old. I don't know whether it's the January 1st or the 12th. The processing forum with others, as it's been so very long, stops or ceases. The message was, we are not able, we will not be able to intervene or assist others being their higher self link. That role will be over with the new universal galactic umbilical cord come January the 12th. There's my answer there. I said January 1st or 12th. There it is. So what that will mean, we will see. I will be a very big part of that here at home, probably live doing a YouTube video with you on that day. Who knows? Okay. Because I was part of that Uluru January this year as the caretaker of a conference there of all the energies. Stopped a dark energy entity attack to the solar plexus of the world through myself in spirit and soul that shadowed me while I was live on stage. I took the blow for the planet. I wasn't the only one, but yes, I did do it at the solar plexus of the world that nearly killed me. It took a few months and a lot of assistance, and it nearly wiped me out. So the energies I work with at the highest levels as here to penetrate the dark forces is part of my role and mission as well. I haven't written that. It's not one I would have preferred to have chosen. I've done some pretty heavy duty stuff is all I will say. Okay. At the highest levels with the divine that have been life-saving. Enough said. Okay. So much love and blessings to you. 4212. Love you. Love you. Give me 5 or 10 minutes or whatever. It's up to you, but I'm just going to take a break, realign, regroup, do the next part. I'm passionate. I'm excited. And breathe and release. Ground in from spirit to soul, grounding down to new Mother Earth energy. It's coming through my template of a divine Shekinah energy coming through, down, down, down into Gaia, grounding down, up in the divine, pure divine link, spirit to soul. Hang in there. Allow this to come in for you right now, for you to process and do. I never interfere with anyone's energy. It's always of the divine. I'm a channel and I'm a mirror of pure divine unconditional love as a living, ascending, grand earth master right here and right now with you to help and assist you masters to grow into your mastership. I honor you. I'm right here side by side with you. I love you. And I'll be back soon in the next part. Love you.